One of the world's largest iPhone maker, Foxconn, has finally offered its employees some relief by telling them that they can avail a month's salary, almost a wage of almost a month, which is the $1,400, and if they wish to go back to their home, they can leave. It has come after days of protest by the workers living in that premise of factory, Zhengzhou province of China, where we have seen because of the strictest measure, the strictest COVID protocol, workers were forced to live in certain conditions where now they have complained that they were not provided with enough food, enough space to live, basic amenities were lax, and in fact they were at times forced to live in dormitories which were already being shared by COVID patients. So in that context, this becomes very really important because we have seen videos where these workers had actually tried to smash surveillance camera. They had tried to do some arsoning and breaking important facilities at the premises. Also, there had been a scuffle between the health workers and these protesters and police officials and the protesters. We have seen videos where some of the protesters were heckled by police. They were thrashed or beaten by the police officials. So in this context, it was bringing a very bad name to Foxconn, and finally the company has offered its employees a relief where they can now leave. So this whole controversy has emerged when new recruits of the company who were actually brought in after days of protest in the month of October, when the employees of Foxconn factory left the company because of months of COVID protocol and strict living condition. There were also videos when they were leaving the company on foot, and they were having some scuffle or some small fight with the health official, company administration, or the police official. But then after those controversy, Foxconn recruited new people, and but these new people also had to live in such condition that they finally protested because they did not know that because of the company's condition that they will be allowed to have extra pay only until if they work until the month of March. So, but why an hesitation or a protest as one company has become a global headline across the world? Because Foxconn is actually producing almost 70% of iPhone that is supplied globally, including the latest advanced Apple phone that the company has launched. Also, Foxconn has almost 2 lakh employees working at this facilities of Zhengzhou, where this latest series of protests has happened, and with the kind of protests and the days of halt in the production of iPhone, the company has anticipated that it could actually about 30% of dip can be seen in the overall production of the Apple iPhone, and which could impact the global supply chain of iPhone across the world. And with the iPhone is a US company, Taiwan has a Foxconn is a Taiwanese company, but the production of iPhone happens at a very big facility in China, and China has the strongest COVID measure. Even now, zero COVID policy, which is one of the political contention also in China, is implemented in China with full force. In fact, days ago, China has witnessed almost 31,000 cases of COVID, which is again almost after 6 months. This is the peak. This is the highest number of COVID cases that China has witnessed. So the testing, tracking, and treatment policy of China has been very harsh in terms of COVID patients, and it has actually impacted a lot of business facilities across the world. But since Foxconn happens to be Apple's largest manufacturer, the facility happens to be almost with 2 lakh workforce, which has seen the protest, and now the company is going to have a shortage of iPhone in the international market because of the kind of production dip that it has faced in the recent days. This has clearly made a headline, but it also says a lot about how China's strict COVID measure continues to impact the world. If one US company which has outsourced its manufacturing capacity to Taiwan, and which in turn has its manufacturing capacity in China, happens to be impacted by COVID policy of China, the whole supply chain distribution across the globe gets impacted. So unless until every part of the world is safe, not all of the world is safe, and even one part of the world is still impacted by COVID pandemic. Even one part of the world has strict COVID measure or regulation or restriction, entire community or entire world will have to face the brunt of it.